Fellas, we're on the first floor of the New England Motorcycle Museum. Big night. So we're on the first floor here, and we just cut the music, so our YouTube copyright strike. But big day today, having a little party here, and we got some real legends here tonight, man. As you'd imagine, this is the third annual Racers Reunion, and we will be drawing the raffle ticket for the CR 500 live at 9 p.m. sharp. We got Shay and Sarah. What's happening, ladies? You guys selling some raffle tickets tonight? Awesome. This is the bike right here, boys. Pete Collins, my buddy, died racing this year. We got one of his jerseys right here. We got Iron Mike Treadwell right here. What's going on, Mike? How you doing? Good to see you. And my lovely daughter, Taylor. How you doing? Back from your latest adventure? Where are you going next? Indianapolis. Story time with T. Awesome. What's going on, Junior?
What's happening, guys?
We got JoJo Keller right here. JoJo, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. We got Andy C.
My dad wanted Thank God I had this guy.
We did story time with Andy earlier and heard about some of the history of NASC back from the 80s. So thanks for coming, guys. Let's go check out what's going on upstairs. We got Ron. What's going on, Ron? Oh, we got some pizzas coming in. Got some pizzas. Woo! Yeah, bring them in. Bring them in. Really good. Better now.
Yeah.
Ken, you got to tip the pizza guy well. Hey, hello. We got Leo Photo showed up. What's up, Leo? How you doing? Multi-time NASC champion right here.
All right.
One of the original top 10 fastest guys in New England. Let's go upstairs, see what's going on. Some folks checking out the museum up here on the second floor. What's up, guys? You having fun tonight? Thanks for coming. Good to see you. Look at all these shiny motorcycles. Some beautiful BMWs, Kawasaki's. Got the KZ 1300 6-cylinder. Look at that thing. Beautiful KZ 1000. How about the original Mac Daddy Z1, 1972? Back when you could buy a Vespa brand new for $365. How about that? You want a Vespa scooter? You should buy one, definitely. They're awesome. They're super, super fun. Big night. Got a bunch of legends and heroes here from the motocross industry. National champion Doug Henry's here. So, yeah, we're on the second floor. And let's go up to the third floor and check it out, because that's where all the dirt bikes are. Some primo street bikes down here. Some of the world's finest bikes, like this BMW right here. The 1928, this one right here actually won the world's finest in one of the Concours d'Elegance events. Then we got some kick-ass FXRs. This is Michi Mo's Magic. This is the nickname of the bike right here. Unfortunately, he died tragically young. Whole other story. How about a nice split fire Kawasaki? Some vintage bikes. Here's a cool piece. It's a Buell American powered sport bike. Eric Buell might ring a bell. It's actually designed by Budweiser, the graphic package on it, and they presented it to Dale Earnhardt Jr. from Budweiser at the 2000 Daytona 500. So that's Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s bike. We call this one Pinky for obvious reasons. 1929, salmon colored Harley Davidson. If you come to the museum and you want to sit down and read some books, we've got hundreds of vintage books here. We collect them here. Actually, we've got over 1,000 hard copy books. We will be opening a library here at some point. T-minus 45 minutes till we do the raffle drawing here, so stay tuned. Here's our lobby, and you go up the stairs to the third floor.
If you want to, yeah, you can make it.
This is the third floor. Some nice more modern BMWs over here, but this mostly off-road on this floor. Got some Primo 500s in here, as you'd imagine. And here's a bridge here over to Kaplan Cycles. Chrissy calls this the kissing bridge for obvious reasons. One of the restoration shops is down there. The other restoration shop's on the other end of the complex, but that's the retail showroom right there, Kaplan Cycles. Here's our Hall of Fame champions past and present. You have to be a New England champion to sign this wall here. Got some real legends like Joe Keller, Jim Meenan, Dave Clements, Doug Danger, Jimmy Ellis, John Dowd, number 16, John Dowd, Doug Henry, and 100 other ones. Speaking of Doug Henry, this is his bike right here. This is 1995. This is not a replica, folks. That's a Ricky Carmichael replica over there. This is actually Doug Henry's bike. I've got the title, and it has his name on it. So, matter of fact, here it is right here. How cool is that? Doug's here tonight, by the way. Been friends with Doug since we were kids. Got a really cool jersey collection over here. Some Primo jerseys. Really awesome bikes here. Like this is the first Enduro 250 Yamaha ever made, 68. Lineup of Enduros. Original Honda CR125, CR250. Look at this. Fox shocks, Fox factory Simmons forks. A row of 500s. 89, 97, 86, 85. Captain America CR 500.
You guys always seem to
There's a new
find
Service
each other.
500. And here, got a brand new 2022 Honda on that one. Cernix.com. Back when I sponsored John Dowd. OG Carl Lagia just showed up.
Yeah.
The original 500 gangster with the David Bailey bike on there.
Bailey 84 is 84 works.
You still got your 2001 500, right?
2002.
2002.
Service Honda 500. Oh yeah.
Legit, genuine service Honda. And then what else you got for two strokes?
03 CR250 and
Yeah.
06 CR250.
Awesome.
And CR80 big wheel for the wife and XR100 for the daughter.
Perfect.
And then some street bikes.
Thanks for coming tonight.
Yeah.
So we're gonna call everybody downstairs and actually do the awards. Hey guys, what's happening? Told you Doug was here. What's happening, my man?
Check it out. Look at the steering damper on this sucker right here.
Isn't that cool? The original OG steering dampener. There's a cool story behind this. A good friend of mine, Candy Williams, who her name's actually originally Candy Peckham. This was her dad's bike. I used to hang out with Candy when we were in high school. We've been friends for our entire life, and actually she married one of my best friends, and Junior and Taylor grew up vacationing with their kids, but this is her dad's bike. And we opened the museum, and when he passed away, she donated it to us. This is exactly the way it came to me, and I don't know if he was the original inspiration for my Captain America graphics packages. This is a seed that was planted when I was a kid. You know, that was cool, the red, white, and blue your bike. But
That's awesome.
he was a really cool guy, Mr. Williams. So that's a cool piece too. OG 1965. That's the year I was born. It's doing good, man. How are you? Doing good. This is the guy I bought my daily rider, I'll call it, 97 CR 500. And you know what? I bought it off you a few years ago before the prices skyrocketed, and not to rub it around, but I literally haven't had to do jack to that bike. I haven't done anything to the suspension. All I put was tires and one chain on it. I finally changed the spark plug this year, and then we did some, I shouldn't have done this, but we used it as a test mule, and I put some different cylinders on it, but that bike has been perfect. Thank you. It's a great bike.
Thank you for giving me a great
great deal.
And yeah. Actually, you beat me on it at Unadilla the first year when you had it. You beat me, and then I bought it off you, and I beat you the next year on it. It's definitely the bike, man. That's a third gear whole shot monster. I won 3 500 shootouts on that bike, bone stock the way he gave it to me. You started the whole 500 craze over again. It was the spark that lit a big fire, for sure. How about a motocross Fox CR250? Elsinore, baby. So we're gonna go down the stair tower here. We're in the west stair tower. There's a north, east, south, and west stair tower here. As you can see here, it says west stairs. So we're back to the second floor. So we gotta get everybody rallied. We're gonna do the awards now. Guys, this guy right here, this young man right here, to me he's a young man, but he's almost 50 years old. When's your birthday? December 6th. December 6th will be 50 years old. He just set a new NESC record for the most Ironman awards in one series. He's a 4-time Ironman. That means he raced 8 motos every Sunday for 13 weeks. 8 motos, 8 NESC motos. And this young man right here, Andy Kawasaki. Is it Kawasaki? Is that right?
Whatever. Nobody knows.
I know that's not right because someone told me it's not right. How do you pronounce your last name?
C.
Andy C. Okay. Andy, for 30 years, he was the guy that, for 33 years, he ran NESC. Thousands of riders. This guy right here, 4 Ironman awards. That's 104 motos without missing a beat. Starter to finish, 104 motos. That's pretty damn good.
And the good part is, when I suggested that we do that award, I got voted down by every single track.
That's a whole other story.
Guess who won?
You did. That's because you were the boss man. So
That's really great.
yeah. Well, without further ado, it's a huge accomplishment. Tell us how you did it.
How I did it? I don't know. Pete Collins challenged me to do 3 classes, and he bailed on me, and I signed up for 4, and when he asked me how many classes I signed up for, I said, and he said,
That's cool. Well, congratulations. The Wizard wanted to be here to hand you this too. Y'all know the Wizard, right? Chris Kelly. So he wanted to make sure you got this tonight. So hats off. Great job. Congratulations. Unfortunately, the next champion that we have, this guy, okay, this is done by popular vote, by a poll. We don't choose. This isn't dictatorship here. This is, you guys here voted for this next champion who's not here to receive the award, but my daughter Taylor's going to get this to make sure that, so, John Dowd. Everybody here knows John Dowd, right? The Junkyard Dog, multi-time AMA national champion, multi-time NESC champion. Just an incredible rider, incredible guy. Now this, John Dowd got his start in racing at 21 years old. So if you think it's too late, it's never too late. It's mostly in your head. So he won, how many national championships? Was it, Mike, how many did you win? 4? One Supercross championship? 8 or 9 nationals. So John's actually not here tonight. My daughter Taylor's gonna take the award and make sure it gets shipped to him. A round of applause for the Junkyard Dog. I don't think anybody here knows.
I won't mail it to him.
That's why I gave it to Taylor. I don't think anybody here knows the Junkyard Dog better than you. Maybe you could add a few words of wisdom.
Yeah, I actually talked to him today and I told him I was just going to shit on him all day long. No, I mean, just like you said, the guy's just a legend. Not only just a legend, but just a great friend. I mean, I wish Keith Johnson was here. Me, him, and I lived together in like 88, 89, and that started a friendship that is still going strong today. We were hanging out last week. But just an all-around great guy, not only a phenomenal ambassador for New England motocross and everything, but just a a good solid guy who would help anybody, and that's, I think, honestly, to me, more important than all the national wins and all the race wins. I mean, he paved the way for so many guys to, I mean, JoJo did before him and all the guys before him, but, you know, for my generation, it was, hey, oh, maybe I can do this, you know what I mean, because he can do it. And he's just a good, solid dude, and I wish, if he was here, I would never say anything good about it. But since I was not here, you know, we can talk nice about it. But no, just a phenomenal guy, and just a proud of all friend.
Hey guys, before he steps down, this is Iron. Y'all know, you guys watching on YouTube and Instagram. This is Iron Mike Treadwell, and we call him Iron Mike for a reason. This is probably the most badass motocrosser ever to come out of New England. 30 years in a row. 30 years he's won a pro class race in New England. And my son and I were standing trackside as he was about to make 31. And I was like, yep, this is 31 for Mike. He was battling with some 20-something-year-old kid. How old are you, Mike?
53.
And 53 years old. Did you get the pictures that I got the pictures? I was going to give them to you tonight, but Junior mailed them out. We have photos of him battling with this young buck pro rider. It looked like he was on Mike's back fender, actually. And I've never seen anybody go through this berm. When Mike flew off the track, and Kenny's like, I've never seen anybody go through that corner that fast. Mike was on the gas. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so there was the end of a streak. But guys, 30 years, right? That's 3 decades he won a pro class race. That's a round of applause for that right there. Now, there was an Iron Man award handed out tonight for not to take away from Jeff's accomplishment, but 3 decades, 30 years. I think next year, every year we've been inducted. We started doing this 4 years ago. We were doing one guy a year, but I said we're all getting so old we'll be dead by the time we get everybody in. We have a few past champions, Hall of Famers here. JoJo Keller. Where's JoJo Keller? JoJo here? Another legend right there.
Only here because Treadwell showed up.
And I believe Jimmy Ellis couldn't make it today. Where's Doug Henry? Is Doug here?
He's in the back.
So we got Doug Henry here. He's a Hall of Famer, AMA National Champion, right there. We got JoJo Kelly, some real legends in the house tonight. We got Todd Rashad. There's a whole bunch of super fast old guys here. But thank you all for coming in. One award that we like to give out here every year are the guys behind the scenes who make it all happen. And today we want to honor Andy Kawasaki for his 30-plus year commitment to running and doing the sports committee. 33 years Now, not only we're not getting Andy, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I never went to an NESC race and didn't see you there. And you might have yelled at me a few times, but I'm sure I deserved it. Riding in the pits, no helmet, the usual. Andy, here you go, sir. Thank you. It's an honor to be in his presence. Did spell your name right? We did? I fucking don't know how to pronounce it. So, guys, before I hand the mic to Andy, there's a few things he's accomplished that motocross wouldn't be what it is today without Andy. The helmet regulations, folding foot pegs. This guy, you can thank folding foot pegs to this guy right here. Any of you guys who won an amateur championship, that was all Andy. He came up with that. Vet classes, this guy invented vet classes. They were invented in New England by Andy Kawasaki. The Ironman Award that you received tonight, Jeff, credit this guy right here. That's an Andy Kawasaki accomplishment. The NESC hotline, that was Andy. So many things, there's over 50 accomplishments that he's done. We could go all night. Contingencies, you can thank Andy. You can thank Andy for carrying NESC through 2 bankruptcies. And you guys voted him in. He's the people's champion. It was by a poll. So, Andy, would you please give us a couple words of wisdom? You want me to talk about this? You want me to read this letter? Okay.
This is really good.
Okay, let me read a letter to you guys. This is from from Miss Nancy Forbes from the Forbes Foundation, who came to an NESC race and was a little pissed off at Andy. And it's addressed to the New England Sports Committee, April 3rd, 1994. To whom this may concern, I am writing this letter from the parking lot of the Southwick Motocross Track.
Where?
Southwick. In front of me, a cardboard box with a sign on it announcing the cancellations of today's race. Also in the parking lot are motocross racers and their families from Canada, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Vermont, Connecticut, and Mass. We called your so-called hotline on Friday, April 1st to schedule our Easter weekend at Southwick to watch our grandson race his first 50cc moto. So we proceeded to make reservations for the whole family at the Sheridan at Springfield. First red flag. Not too many motocrossers can afford the Sheridan in Springfield. The manner in which the race was canceled leaves me outraged and appalled. There's been a few people outraged and appalled with you, Andy, over the years, so you earned that award. To think that a cardboard sign announcing the cancellation was the extent of the notice given to racers and their families who travel from such far distances is thoughtless, inconsiderate, and thoroughly unprofessional, Andy. My father, a prolific supporter of the AMA, a man who has scheduled many AMA events, would roll over in his grave if he would have witnessed this event. We, the racers, the families, and fans demand that an apology in writing be published in the Cycle News for all the people who experienced and ruined weekend at the hands of the NEFC. If I do not see such an apology in the upcoming issue of Cycle World, I will personally finance the largest boycott of the motocross track in the history of the American Motorcycle Association. The largest boycott. Signed respectfully, the Forbes Foundation, Miss Mary Forbes. Now there was a couple of discrepancies with this complaint. Hey, do you want to handle the discrepancy side? Okay, here's first of all, she came to do a 50cc race, and this is in response. Mrs. Forbes, first and foremost, thanks for expressing your views and disappointment over the cancellation of the April 4th event in South Mass. It's most unfortunate the event was unable to run as the promoter's huge efforts could not overcome the weather conditions in the parking lot. And I think we have another guy who might relate to that, the rain on the... I'd like to hear your suggestions as to what, how, and so forth, and what you would have done. Okay, and then he goes on to say, I would like to further make note that the promoters called nearly all the riders that were pre-entered and that the hotline was updated. So there's a couple of key issues. One, it wasn't an AMA event. Two, the 50cc class was not scheduled at that event, so they came to run a 50cc bike that I rented, didn't have one, and it was not a pleasant happening. Or not happening for the motocross injury people to cancel the event. So he apologized very professionally, and so.
Wait, that was a 50 mom?
Yeah, it was a 50 mom. But she was also from the Forbes Foundation, so she was a very wealthy 50 mom staying at the Sheridan. But no, there's been lots of great memories over the years, 3 decades of them.
The big issue, the whole thing is real simple. The old pit area of Southwood. We tried to take a 4x4 and drive in. Got stuck at the gate. Bernie Allen and I pushed and pushed and pushed. We could not get it in. There was no way an ambulance could get near anyone, anywhere. So immediately, at probably 10 o'clock in the morning, on a Saturday, we canceled. Now, every single person who was re-injured was called. Immediately, they told about it. It was on the hotline and so forth. But she was very unhappy, I think.
Let's we forgive you, Andy. I'm sure she got over it too. But let's focus on something more positive. Back in 1962, when you first started racing motocross, I was going through these many books you had here, and one of them said the girls weren't allowed to race motocross.
Oh God.
Is that true? Is that true? Women weren't allowed to race motocross?
AMA. I showed a picture of George Clyde. AMA. We were outlaws for the AMA because we ran classes below 200cc. We're outlawed because he ran novice classes and he didn't abide by it. We're outlawed because we let women ride. We're outlawed because we have people 16 years old riding. And the list goes on and on and on. The amazing part of one of them was Carrie Clyde. Yes! If you saw her, you knew what we're talking about. 5'6", 120 pounds, gorgeous, absolutely beautiful girl. She rode in New England with a t-shirt on. Everybody watched. There's no question about it. But when she first came to New England, she was at a track that I built and ran in Cold Rain. All strapped up, all covered up, bulky up, a hoodie on, and a whole bit. When I went over to her, I said, I know all about it, forget it, you can ride. She now, her best effort was in Lisbon, Maine. She won the 250 amateur and the open amateur twice. Wow. Yeah. And she ran with everybody. She applied for a professional license, the whole package, and got it. Of course, they didn't know it was a female. Then they took her to court over this, and the thing just got one right out of sight. That all caused us to drop out of the AMA for 3 years, which was now, the big issue became, how do you get insurance, speculative liability, and so forth? Answer, somebody went to a local guy who raced motorcycles and asked him to cover the liability of the track. So guess what? All of a sudden, all of New England had liability. Now we find out that the AMA, they're getting $500,000 coverage, which is a lot of money, and we're paying like $800 a month an event. Now I go to the insurance guy and I find out, guess what? The true cost of it was $350. AMA was screwed. Plus, back then, for every rider you had to send to the AMA $2. So you're paying $800 plus a couple hundred riders, you're adding another $400. And all of a sudden, boom, all of a sudden we now have a benevolence fund, which made up a small amount of money.
Back to the young lady race. Did you open the gateway for women to race motocross?
No, she did it.
She did.
She did it.
Well, you were the promoter who looked.
Well, we all jumped on it. It was a sort of a novelty thing, but we all jumped on it. Bob Hicks, who ran Pepperell, Bob Hicks immediately found out that she was there. He found out as a girl. He sent invitation to her to come to Pepperell. So it became, and everyone else just accepted her. She rode, I'm not sure, I know she rode all the Cold Rain, she rode all of the Pepperells, and she rode, I think, Middleborough, a couple other places.
Now, she was the first woman to win a 250B class moto in New England, right? And are you aware of Brittany Major's accomplishment this year? If not, Rick, can you come up here? Andy, thank you. Andy opened the gateway for women racers, I think. We'll give her the credit for it, but there's another person we're going to honor here tonight who is actually racing at the Mini O's. Her name's Brittany Major. If you haven't heard her name, you're about to, and you'll hear more from her. Her dad is a multi-time New England champion also, and Rick witnessed her monumental accomplishment to become the first woman to win a 250B class championship straight up against the men, Brittany Major. So a little round of applause for Brittany. If you ever raced any of the 250B class, there's some fast guys. Rick, you witnessed this firsthand. You were in every moto this year.
Yeah, no question about it. First of all, before that last moto and before this year's championship, you got to know that Brittany is one of our rider-reps, a senior rider-rep, as is her dad, and her mom is our secretary of the club. So, this goes deep. But Brittany is the sweetest person in the world. She is the most die-hard competitor I've ever seen. And to have her be the first female to win an amateur championship in NESC is just incredible. And she's the best gal to ever get this. She deserves it so well. I give it to her. They're great. And again, I want to thank all of you guys for supporting the WIC and everything that we try to do there. I'm sorry Keith can't be here tonight. He and Ricky Z had a prearranged thing up in New Hampshire that I don't even know what they're doing. I have no clue. But anyway, I wanted to be here to thank you guys, and boy, I got some faces from the last 40 years. Man, this is fun. I love it. Absolutely love it. Ken, you and Kenny and Taylor take care of this place and make us come together and do it once a year. We try to do it 5 times a year, but this is where we all get to do it one time. I love it. Thank you.
Okay. For you guys out there in YouTube, Instagram, Facebook that are maybe watching this tonight or tomorrow, Rick Johnson, this guy right here, his son, hey, come back here. Come back here for a second. Rick Johnson, this is the guy who runs the Southwick National Motocross Track, and that's no small task. These guys have mastered the craft of taking a track that gets destroyed by the rain. I don't know how they do it overnight, turning it into a rideable motocross track. This guy and his team, his son Keith, John Dowd. For me, the Southwick National Track closed for a year. I literally practically cried myself to sleep when I heard that happened. And everybody in this room, I guarantee you their hearts sank. This guy right here and his son Keith and John Dowd and the whole team bought the track back, got it running again, got the Nationals back to Southwick, back in our backyard, and have secured its future. So hats off to this guy right here.
Listen, Keith and our family have the passion, there's no doubt about it. However, without the team that we have, and I gotta tell you, it's a tight, concise team of absolute professionals. I was really impressed. The president of the Hangtown group and I had a long trip back to the airport after the first national that Keith and I were responsible for in 2016. And he said, you know what? You guys have about 1/10 the manpower that we do. The difference is you have people that know everything. You have people with depth that understand every aspect of running a race and being racers. They understand what a track is supposed to be and what the spectators are supposed to expect. And this is what we strive for and we keep trying for, and you guys keep supporting us, and thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate it.
Next year is 50 years at Southwick.
Yeah, 50 years national.
50 years, no, the track itself.
50-year anniversary of the track coming up. Thank God for this guy and all the guys on the team who made it happen. And his son, didn't he just win a major championship this year?
He's the national champ.
His son,
50 plus,
Keith.
he and Jeff Femmig and...
Jeff, if you might have seen, I was on Racer X and everything, his son, Keith Johnson, just won the 50 plus class at Loretta Lynn's, battling with Jeff Femmig. So that was awesome to see. Great job, Keith. Southwick. I love that track. It's a holy ground for me. I have memories from when I was 9 years old, 1974, being there, camping out there, being there with you, watching JoJo. It's my heroes are here. JoJo, John Dowd, Doug Henry, all these guys, man. Just so many great memories of that track. My kids have grown up there. Kenny, who's sitting behind the camera right here, 7 days old, came to the Southwick National. He's been to every Southwick National. You want to know what? We'd show up there, 30, 50,000 people. At 11 years old, he'd jump out of the car and bolt. He'd be gone all day long. But you want to know what? I knew he was safe because he's with you guys. You guys are our family, you know? That's motocross for you. You wouldn't want to do that at a concert with your kid these days. You'd never see him again, you know? But motocross family can be trusted.
One quick thing about Keith's accomplishments as a racer. That guy in the red jacket right there is about 900% responsible for taking that kid to anything he's ever done. JoJo Keller.
JoJo Keller, folks.
This man made it happen.
Hey Ken, I just want to thank you. I wasn't planning on coming this year, but then I heard Mark and Tina Betancourt, and for all you've done for the sport, it was the least I could do. I really appreciate what you've done. Seeing my boys, Art Trahan, Ward Ring, Mike Treadwell, I'm old now. I'm gonna be 60 in January, but everyone here means so much to me. Seeing Andy Kawasaki, my dad died when I was younger. I was a little bit of a brat. This guy straightened me out. All you guys, we talk about family and stuff, but truly is. Hearing Keith, these are Rick's grandchildren. I knew their mother.
They built the track.
I knew
They're
their
the ones
mother
that built the
when
track.
they were, so I'm just saying thank you. I love you all. It's a real honor. And what you've done for the sport is awesome.
Thank you, JoJo. Two legends, two heroes. One of the most loved motocross racers ever out of New England right there. We all love you, JoJo. In the whole country, that's true. Worldwide, everybody knows JoJo. Leo Photo is here. So many legends of the sport. Carl Lagia, the OG. So many guys. Todd Rashad, they're all here, man. So thank you all for coming tonight. I wish John Dowd could have been here, but maybe next year. So
John rode last week for the
first time in 13 months, by the way. And at a bit of a hidden location, not far from Keith's house, John came down and threw his leg over a KX 500, and he and Keith over a KX 500, and the two of them went and ripped it up, and it was so cool to see. Because John got hurt 13 months ago, and this is the first time he rode, and boy, I tell you, you couldn't get the smile off of my face all day long after watching the two of them back together again. It was fun stuff. Fun stuff. Thank you. Guys, we have one final, last but not by far not the least, awards to give out here. He was inaugurated into the New England Hall of Fame by you guys, by popular vote this year. Where's Amy Sheep? Amy, come up. You all know Scott Sheep. This is his wife Amy right here. Hi, Amy. Scott is one of the best riders to ever come out of New England. Actually beat Ricky Carmichael straight up in the 125 Pro National, won a national, AMA National. Here's a guy who rode his whole life, was like us, vet motocrosser, at 47 years old, and just a phenomenal rider. He's died in a motorcycle racing accident, training, doing what he loved to do, which, you know, we all got to go someday. You know, life is short. He died doing what he loved to do. And Amy came here tonight to receive this plaque honoring Scott for his racing accomplishment. Thank you for coming.
I kind of struggle saying too much, but I really want to thank everybody for remembering him and keeping his memory alive. And he was doing what he loved, and that's what matters. So without all of you, though, the Ricky Carmichael thing, that was like the best day of his life. So he's still to this day.
And for a lot of his fans too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
But so just thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Guys, we come tonight, and thank you all for coming tonight. We have eight, we promised all the people that bought the ticket to win this Honda CR500 here. We're raffling off my favorite, all-time favorite motocross bike, 1997 CR500. That's what I've been riding for the last 4 years, since I bought Jim Satrop's 500. We were talking about that earlier, but I absolutely love the 500. Junior's been riding the 500. Here's a frame-off restoration we've done on one, and we're going to be drawing the raffle ticket shortly. We want to do it live, so we're actually gonna move into the showroom where we have Wi-Fi, and we're gonna pull the ticket there. So, just hold on a second. Come with us. We don't. The Wi-Fi router down here doesn't work, so we're actually gonna bring the tickets in the ticket booth up to the showroom. So whoever wants to come with us, come up to the third floor, And Taylor, can you show them how to get into the showroom? Yeah. So you can follow this is my daughter Taylor, this gorgeous team. So she's going to be going up there to the third floor. So anybody wants to come with us and draw the raffle ticket? I actually need someone to pull the ticket, winning ticket out. Who should we have pull the winning ticket?
I think you should do it.
You want me to do it? Okay, I'll pull the winning ticket.
Carl's putting him in last minute.
I bought a ticket for a friend of mine in Europe. He wants this bike.
Right on.
Oh wait, two more.
Hey Kenny, what are you boys doing? Guys, we're gonna switch over to live recording, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thank you all for supporting the museum by buying tickets, and God bless America.